FDN News. This is our first installment of the school year. I am Kaylee Hendrickson. While hanging out with friends during open dorms, students have been discovering empty dorm rooms and wings on campus. Both Hardy Basement and Wright Short Wing have no residents. I took a closer look into these odd changes on campus.
I mean, every time I talk to somebody, they say, oh, I live in Hardy or oh, I live in Wright. To just hear that they're having empty places just is a little bit astounding to me.
Many students, like Rust, are confused about why these sections of the dorms don't have residents in them.
I know I had friends up there last years I've been here, and they were kind of disappointed. They they really wanted to see more people in there and people in the lounge, and they're kind of sad.
According to HU admissions, the number of new students is 8 short of what it was last fall.
These empty dorm rooms are not due to low enrollment. In fact, they're due to consolidate these empty rooms into 2 locations.
So we have a couple less students than what we did last year, but not enough to really make up that difference of how few people are in Hardy and Wright this year.
We realized that we were going to have a lot of completely open rooms spread out through Hardy and in Wright. And so rather than having a bunch of open rooms on each floor, we decided to close Hardy lower level and Wright short wing so there wouldn't be as many completely open rooms on floors.
Watson believes the fewer number of students in Wright and Hardy may be due to what tour guides say to potential students about the dorms.
So in this year, we switched to talking just strictly about amenities, and for an incoming freshman, if they have the choice between a suite style with air conditioning or no air conditioning, then a lot of them will gravitate towards what sounds like the nicest option.
We love Hardy, we love Hardy Basement, we love Wright Short Wing. We just felt like we'd rather have them in other spots.
Leaders on campus hope the decision to consolidate residents will allow for more community in the residence halls. You may have also noticed a change in some of the meal options here on campus. Over the summer, HU transitioned away from Sodexo to bring in Chartwells. HU had just started a new 10-year contract with Sodexo last year, but student leaders tell FDN that university admissions was unsatisfied with Sodexo's services. Therefore, HU opted out of the contract, giving Sodexo a 45-day notice at the end of last semester. University had multiple companies come and pitch their best ideas to help our food services, eventually deciding to go with Chartwells. Students are weary of having a new food service on campus with doubts about its quality. But SGA Representative Darius Hillman thinks differently.
SGA advising the university would never enter into a deal with someone who wasn't going to have the food being better until the second semester. We're already seeing leaps and bounds as far as improvement in the quality of food. I've heard a lot of positive things about the quality of food in comparison to Sodexo last year. The problems that we're facing are administrative in nature. We'll be totally transparent and say that the transition has not gone as smoothly as we would have liked.
How do you like the new food on campus? What are your thoughts on the changes this year? Send us your thoughts on Twitter at FDN_news. Along with Chartwells, HU has also brought a new maintenance and janitorial service to campus. The company National is now filling maintenance requests on HU's portal. The Vice President of Finance and Treasury, Greg Smitley, tells us by outsourcing these jobs, the university can focus more on education and let National focus on facilities.
And there was some synergies with outsourcing with a company that does maintenance and custodial, so they can help provide overlapping services between our custodial staff and maintenance staff. And that enabled us to have, we think, better service and a little bit cheaper price. So it seemed to be a real win-win.
Hopefully we'll catch some of the issues before even students do, having our janitors in every building every day. So hopefully we'll catch some of those things first, and then also moving forward, hopefully the work order process will be a little more efficient.
3 maintenance employees from last year left the university following the changes. 3 joined National and stayed with HU. With summer coming to an end and pumpkin spice season in full swing, what can HU students expect from the weather? FDN Shelby Price joins us live via Skype for a closer look at the weather.
I'm standing outside of the hub right now where the hoedown's supposed to be tomorrow night. It's currently 74 and nothing but sunshine. Sadly, that'll end tomorrow evening with thunderstorms rolling in, so make sure to watch if the hoedown's moved anywhere else. It'll be a high of 81 with a low of 66. Moving on to Saturday, it'll be nothing but thunderstorms, so make sure to bring your umbrella. It'll be a high of 77 with a low of 63. On Sunday, it'll be a high of 77 with a low of 55 and partly cloudy. Nothing but sun. I'm Shelby Price. Back to you guys.
Each week this semester, FDN will feature a student or an employee on campus who is making an impact at HU. This week, FDN sat down with Daryl Singleton to learn more about who he is and what his position is on campus.
So hey, my name is Daryl Singleton. I am the Director of Multicultural Student Affairs here at Huntington University. So one of the great things that I get to do is help people celebrate their uniqueness. So wherever you're from, if you're considered a minority group here in America, or if you're an international student, I love the fact that I get to help you celebrate that uniqueness, to bring that flair, that uniqueness of who you are right here to HU, so that we as a whole can experience multiculturalism, so that we can better understand cultural competency, overall making us a well-equipped community to deal with just about anything. I graduated originally from Detroit, graduated from Spring Arbor University with a bachelor's in social work. Went on and worked in community mental health for a little bit right out of college, and then after a couple of years of doing that, went into recruiting, being an admissions rep at Spring Arbor University. Also, while in undergrad and working in community mental health, I was a youth pastor for 6 years. Just as coming from Spring Arbor, I was an admissions rep, and so I was able to create great relationships with a lot of those students, and they still call me today. They still text me today, and so I believe that there will be students here as well that I'll interact with, and that I'll call and text and create relationships with. As a matter of fact, what's interesting is it's really only like the second week of school, and I'm already getting tons of students coming to my office, kind of hanging out and doing homework, and so it's pretty neat to see that happen already.
Also new on campus this year is Noah Tobias. He is our new sports anchor. Noah, what can you tell us about how the Foresters are doing this school year?
Yeah, there's for the volleyball team, they've really had a lot of tough battles during the games and on the pitch too. And I'll tell you more about it coming up after the break.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bit of music.
Hello and welcome to FDN News. I'm Kelsey Cruz.
Hi everyone and welcome down to Forest Glen Park. I'm Logan Hunt.
Hello, it's Hannah here on Forester Radio 105.5 FM, WQHU. That was just Brother with Need to Breathe, and up next we have Hillsong with Touch the Sky.
Once the floodwaters go down,
this program, I felt like really prepared me well for what it would be like to be in the news industry.
From yesterday to today, the water has certainly risen and spread.
You become a one-man band by the time you graduate, which that's something that people are looking for. People who can shoot, write, and edit all their own stuff.
I was definitely blessed enough to come in and I started calling games right away as a play-by-play announcer.
Longley tipped. Down and in, and the Foresters taking the second set. Mateo with a nice cutback. She'll take the hit, left foot. That's in! Takes the three. That's good!
Through FDN Sports, it's really going to feel like a professional setting. I'm looking to really just take it to the next level, really just upgrade this FDN Sports and let people know that, FDN Sports is here to stay. We're here to battle with everyone.
With radio, students definitely thrive here just because we are hands-on right away. I have a little weekend weather update for you here. Friday, it looks like it's going to be absolutely beautiful, a high of 72. I think radio and podcasting is a great way to have other people's stories shared, whether that be their testimonies or me just having the chance to talk to people and be able to pour into them in some sort of way.
In the past couple of years, we have taken huge strides. We also do live shots, we're doing more news packages, doing more stories that affect the community. With all the politics going on recently, we've been able to do stories about that.
More a lifetime asset than an education.
And God bless you.
And I will let my future take care of itself.
And vote for Donald Trump.
Hey, keep it locked right here on Forester Radio 105.5 FM.
Well, that's going to do it for us here at FDN Sports. I'm Logan Knight alongside.
Well, that's all we have for you in this installment of FDN News.
Yesterday's volleyball game was a nail-biter, but the Huntington women's volleyball team was able to pull out a win. Winning their game against the Marion Knights, the Lady Foresters ended their 6-game losing streak. Yeah, yesterday the volleyball game, it was really tough for all the girls. But Huntington really did a great job of just communicating well, and there was a lot of students there, which really made it a great game to watch. And there was a lot of energy that was created by the students. But honestly, the students, it was just so much fun to really watch them support their teams, and it was just a great time to really just watch them. Coming up, well, that already happened this week. The women's soccer team played Saturday. The women's soccer team played Saturday, September 10th. That was just this past Saturday. They won that game versus Aquinas College in Michigan, 1-0. The men's soccer team ended up tying in a double overtime game at Manchester University. Men's tennis also played this past Monday, and they won against Taylor. That was a very tough match, I might add. And also women's tennis played at Taylor on Tuesday, and they won 6-3. The men's golf team had an invitational this past weekend, and they got 6 out of 10. And the women's golf team also played on Tuesday up in Pure, Michigan, and they were 5th out of 6 teams.
Well, that's all we have for you on this installment of FDN News.
Be sure to check us out at forsterdigital.net and follow us on Twitter on forsterdigital_news. Have a great night, everybody.